exactly is web hosting? Imagine you've built a beautiful house and now you need a piece of land to put it on. Web hosting is like that piece of land. It's where all the files and data that make up your website are stored, so people can visit it on the internet. When you pay for web hosting, you're essentially renting space on a server, a powerful computer that's always connected to the internet. This server stores all your website's files, like images, text, and code, and makes them accessible to anyone who visits your site. Now, let's talk about the different types of web hosting. The first type is shared hosting. This is like renting an apartment in a building where you share resources with your neighbors. In shared hosting, your website shares a server with many other websites. It's affordable and easy to set up, making it a popular choice for beginners or small websites. However, because you're sharing resources, if one website on the server gets a lot of traffic, it might slow down your site. Now, let's talk about how WordPress fits into all of this. If you're building a website with WordPress, it's important to know that WordPress is a content management system, CMS, that uses PHP files and a MySQL database to store your content. Here's how it works. When someone visits your WordPress site, the server processes PHP files that contain the code to display your site. These files communicate with the MySQL database to retrieve information like your posts, pages, and settings. The server then sends this data back to the user's browser, which turns it into the website they see. So, why does the location of your server matter? The key reason is latency. Latency is the time it takes for data to travel from the server to the user's device. The farther away the server is from your audience, the longer it takes for your website to load. This might only be a matter of milliseconds, but those milliseconds add up, especially when your site has lots of images, videos, or interactive elements. For example, if your server is in the United States, but most of your audience is in Europe, users in Europe might experience slower loading times. This can lead to a poor user experience, which can cause visitors to leave your site before it even finishes loading. Imagine you're building a house. Before you can start construction, you need a piece of land to build it on, right? Web hosting works in a similar way. It's the land where your website lives. Now, let's talk about domain names. If web hosting is the land where your website lives, then a domain name is the address that helps people find it. Just like your home address tells people where to go to visit you, your domain name, like www.yourwebsite.com, tells people where to go to visit your website. A domain name is what users type into their web browser to find your site. It's made up of two parts, the name itself, like your website, and the domain extension, like .com or .org.